afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Worcester and the DCU Center for today LCTV's production today of the girls Division III state semifinal game between the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes and your Littleton Tigers. I'm Pat Frederickson along with Mike Fontanella, and we've got Mark Corey and Ryan Vallon on the cameras today, so coverage of this game should be great. And Mike, I know a lot of people want to talk about the semifinal game with the last-minute heroics of Erin Dory, but I want to go back to the last game where they won the Division III Central Mass, and to me, other than the 8-1 run where they fell behind at the beginning, and maybe in the second half where Sutton cut it back down to 2 points, it seemed to me like they were really in control of that game.
Yeah, they had a really great game almost from start to finish, and they executed very well, and they had some kids step up in a big game and play their best games of the year. I'm thinking about Liz Portante and Kayla Wilson in particular. So we're going to look to see if they can play with that same level of confidence here tonight in this semifinal game.
Little different history here, Mike. The girls' first trip here since 2001, and for Hoosac Valley, this is their 5th trip in a row.
Yeah, Hoosac with a quick trap there. They almost got the turnover. They like to press a lot, and they like to shoot it a lot. Tigers hanging on to the ball. Plenty of time still on the shot clock. About 10 seconds here. Hannah Gouldup with a runner. Off. Good rebound by Sarah Smith, and she lays it in. So the Tigers score on the first possession and go up 2-0.
Yeah, Mike, I think that's going to be important for Littleton. First half last game, I definitely noticed that other than Erin Dory and Sarah Smith, the other players were catching the ball but not really taking good looks at the basket. It's good to see Hannah come right out, get a good look there, and take it right up.
So Hoosac looking to trap again, throwing up the sideline. That'll get tipped off of Hannah Gouldup out of bounds. A little different when you see the pressing in the girls' game because there is no 10-second count, so you can play in the backcourt for as long as you want. So they can be a little bit more deliberate about attacking that zone trap. But we do know that Hoosac likes to play like that, so the Tigers have to be ready for that kind of pressure.
Yeah, it's a good point, Mike. The Sutton game, Littleton didn't see the press until maybe somewhere in the early fourth quarter, but here Hoosac's coming out with the trap right from the beginning, and from everything that we've read and people we've talked to, it's going to be like that most of the game.
You also saw a three-pointer there. Hoosac has taken over 700 threes. Taken, not made, but taken 700 threes, averaging about 30 pulls a game from behind the arc. That's the style they like to play. Some more pressure. The Tigers break it. Gouldup's going to push it and float another runner up, bang it off the glass. Portante trying to get the offensive rebound. Bounces out to Pyram. New shot clock. High post feed. Good pull through by Sarah. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Gouldup's going to put it down. We're going to call a foul. No, 3 seconds actually.
3 seconds.
Sarah Smith working that post area and didn't quite clear the lane, so that'll be a turnover for the Tigers. Score is 2-2 with a minute and a half gone here in the opening quarter. A little pressure there by Liz Portante trying to jump the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. Good post feed there. Number 35, Kaylin Frederick, clearly their tallest player. Another turnover in the backcourt there. Pressure, and Erin Dory gave the ball away. So Kaylin Frederick, the center, has gotten 2 good shot attempts in the lane, even though Hoosac Valley likes to pull the 3. Looks like they will kick it to her if there's too much help. Tigers in a 2-3 zone onto the out of bounds under the basket.
Yeah, Mike, with Hoosac Valley pulling 30 a game from the 3-point line and a 2-3, those top 2 guards, they got to be 3 people instead of 2.
Portante running the floor, going to pull up in the lane off the back of the rim. Good run there by Pyram, trying to get on the offensive glass. She'll pull it out. Oh, and she dragged her pivot foot and traveled. But good action there. Liz Portante has been active, Pat. She's got her hand on a couple balls in the passing lanes already.
Yeah, I think the last game for her was maybe a breakthrough game, and if it comes that late in the season, that's great. I haven't seen a lot of the games, but she built a lot of confidence there. Sarah Smith got into foul trouble, so Liz had to really step up in that game, and so she saw the ball a lot more. She was asked to score a little bit, shoot a little bit more, and she was very, very active. Other things that didn't even show up in the box score, but she was running the floor very well. And when you get into a game like this where a team's going to be having full court pressure, getting out ahead of the break, getting out ahead of the pressure, and finishing will be a big thing. So we'll see if she can continue the good path that she's been on.
Foul there on Erin Dory. That's her first. You got to be careful when you play teams that like to shoot it. You got to make sure you close out under control. That time they attacked the closeout, and it was a little push by Erin. She picked up her first foul. You can see Hoosac Valley pressing, even on turnovers and missed baskets. They're really extending their pressure about at least three-quarter court and forcing a long pass here. But you can see the back line is kind of open. If the Tigers can take care of the ball and make good passes and catches, they can break that down.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mike. And one of the advantages Littleton has here is they have somebody who can make that long pass. Erin Dory certainly capable of throwing the ball wherever it needs to go.
So now they back screen off the three-point arc and get a wide open basket under the rim there with no contest by the Tigers. And Hoosac goes up 4-2. That'll be a held ball, and that's going to go back to red. So you can see the Tigers struggling with that pressure a little bit. They're going to have to get a little more comfortable attacking it.
Hoosac possession.
So 4-2 Hoosac Valley early here in the game. Tigers in man-to-man. They're really worried about that three-point arc, and that allows for some backdoor cuts, which Hoosac took advantage of in the last possession. Pull through there, a little floater doesn't go. Loose ball bounces. Good tip there again by Liz Portante. Ball up the floor. She's got Smith running.
Nice.
Oh, good job there. That's what they can get. If they stay with it, they can run. It's a bigger floor, so a little tougher for Hoosac to cover all that ground if you can get over the top. Oh, good D there by Erin Dory, forcing a turnover. Goes ball up, though. She needs some help from her teammates. Again, you can see that pressure just coming right after the missed shot, and they're looking to double the ball. Mimi Pyram, a little in and out dribble, breaks it down. Swings it over to Gouldrup, looking for the post feed to Smith.
Nice
little wing jumper there. The Tigers go on a little 4-0 run here to get the lead, 6-4.
Right back.
You can see Erin Dory didn't really want to contest as hard as she would normally do there with the early foul. That'll tie the game up at 6. Portante had the look but couldn't quite get enough on it. And that'll force a turnover. And again, Dory can't really contest. Good hustle there by Portante. That'll be a held ball going back to the Tigers.
Littleton possession.
And we'll see what happens here, Patrick. The Tigers are a little short-handed. Lindsay Scarangella did not play last game. I don't think she's going to play today. She's dressed, but she looked a little gimpy. But on this bigger floor, with all that pressure, we'll see if the Tigers can hang in there in terms of fatigue.
Yeah, I noticed that Hoosac just subbed out for 3 here, so they're going 8 deep here with only 5 minutes into the game. I think it's going to be critically important when that ball gets below the foul line for Littleton that they go right to the hoop here.
Which they did right there with Sarah Smith, who missed. But Portante got on the glass, missed the next put back. Hoosac up the floor, and Pyram gives the hard foul. But yeah, you can see that it's really going to be important for Portante and Smith to be able to convert when they get over the top. They have the size advantage, but they got to be willing to play in the open floor. And you can see already some hands on hips, which is an indication of fatigue. And we'll see if Coach Hastings thinks about going maybe a little bit deeper into his bench a little earlier, just to try to give them spot minutes and get them a break every now and then. And he'll give his first sub here. Caitlin Wilson coming off the bench for Mimi Pyram after Pyram picks up her first foul. Hoosac missed the first, makes the second. 7-6 Hoosac. Good job stepping to the ball by Smith. Got to step hard to that. Caitlin Wilson's got to step hard to that ball and go secure it. Corner 3, closeout by, good box there by Portante. Good closeout by Sarah Smith. You can see Hoosac setting up the trap even after I'm impressed. That's a hard way to play, but they force another turnover after a missed pass. Going to pull up for the 3 off the front of the rim. They're running the floor. Dory's going to take it away. But you can see here, they go right into their pressure, even on a turnover. And Coach Ace is going to get a turnover. That is an interesting way to play, Patrick. You see a lot of teams that want to press will do it after made baskets or turnovers, but it's pretty rare to see a team that can put it together and go right into pressure on misses.
Yeah, I think what they want to try to do here is they want to avoid Littleton getting the ball settled in even on a miss and get into a set offense where I think Littleton's going to have the height advantage in there. Looking at the score, it's 7-6. I think Littleton hasn't seen much of this type of defense before, so I would take this as a positive sign for Littleton that it's still here just a one-point game. I think they're getting really good looks down the other end. They're breaking the press. When they do, you can see, I'm not sure if it's fatigue or if it's nerves at this point, but you know, when you're getting 4-6 feet away, you really want to be finishing there, and when you're not, it can be a sign that the press has got you a little bit winded. So this is a good timeout for Coach Hastings. I think what this will do is it's going to reset like he did last game, down 8-1, come out here with a fresh set of legs, settle in, and see if they can work this defense.
Yeah, it's a fine line. You know, Hoosac has forced some turnovers. There's no question about it. So Littleton has to continue to figure out how to adjust to this pressure. But on the other hand, they have gotten over the top several times. And there's that sort of that breaking point, that tipping point where if they do settle themselves down and figure out how to break it, they could get some easy baskets. And then that'll maybe pull Hoosac out of that look a little bit. So coming out of the timeout, ball goes out of bounds under the basket. Skip it across the Gould up to the middle of the floor to Portante. And she's going to travel. She's got to be stronger there. The problem there is once you get it over, even though there is no second count, there is a backcourt violation, so she can't, on that one, she couldn't pivot in safety valve to Erin Dory, who's still in the backcourt. So she's got to be stronger and, use her rip-through moves to beat the pressure. Oh, looks like Erin Dory has a little cut on her knee. And they're going to let her tape it up and not take her out, which is good for Littleton. So, but another turnover there in the middle of the floor, so the Tigers coming out of that timeout weren't able to quite figure out what they wanted to do against the pressure. Trailing by 1 here with just under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Another 3, deep, no good. Good hustle there by Smith. Yeah, that's twice now I've seen her cover that ground and go get those longer rebounds.
The other part, Mike Weiss, I'm not sure who that was, but it was a great closeout on that 3. The last 2 looks that Hoosac Valley's had on their 3s, they've been off by a lot. I think it's the closeout.
You can see right there that they're really struggling right now because they're trying to avoid the pressure and they're going into the trap areas. You really don't want to go into corners and you don't want to catch the ball at mid-court, because then the sidelines and the mid-court line in the end line become extra defenders, which makes life very difficult.
Nice kick out.
And that one goes. You can see how well they move the ball inside out. So even though they want to shoot it, they do want to put the ball inside so that they can get the kick out. And they're going to call a travel there on Erin Dory. So the Tigers down 10-6 here in the early going, about a minute left to go in the first quarter. Certainly not time to panic, but you can see a little bit of frustration on their faces as they try to struggle out how to deal with this pressure.
Number 3, Mimi.
Even though Erin Dory traveled on that, I really like what she tried to do there, catch it and go. They've been kind of trying to walk it up, chew off little pieces in the zone. It's not really working. If she can get past that first or second defender, they're going to have advantages all day. So I would like to see her continue to do that, use her athleticism to just crack this press with a little dribble when she can and go.
1 minute to play in the quarter. 1 minute.
Little runner up in the lane off the back of the rim. Portante fighting for the rebound, and that will be off of Portante. Back to Hoosac. The fans rumbling a little bit there, thinking maybe that wasn't quite the right call. But that's a new shot clock for Hoosac. And a flying runner. Oh, almost went. Portante with the rebound. Looking to clear, but you can see Hoosac right into pressure, right where they want to be. Oh, that ball sails a little bit. Mimi Parner's going to try and run it down. That's out of bounds off of Littleton. You can see that time Erin Dory tried to get up the sideline, so they look to get over the top to Erin. That you talked about, Pat. If you can get the ball over the top and give Erin a chance to attack, that might be a good look. Unfortunately, that time the ball sailed on them when they tried to go to the middle of the floor, and another turnover. So with 35 seconds to go, Coach Hastings is going to sub to try to get the end of quarter here to get some rest for Erin Dory, Liz Portante. Oh, that's a deep, deep 3 off the front of the rim. Loose ball. Oh, that's a travel. Oh, they're going to call a foul, but that was clearly a travel.
Littleton
So that foul will go on Shannon Sturts.
Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure he knew what he was going to call coming out of there.
So with 20.2 seconds to go here, Tigers have only managed to score 3 baskets in the opening quarter, many turnovers. So Coach Hastings is trying to get to the end of the quarter here and try to get them back in terms of understanding of what they want to do against, because he knew it was there. This isn't a surprise to them. Makes the second. So with 20.2 seconds to go, ball inbounded to Pyram.
Get 1 basket here, they'll be in good shape.
That's off Hoosac. 13.4 seconds. Now he's going to sub and bring Aaron Dory back for the last offensive possession.
Yeah, I like this. Get 1 good look before you come in.
Dory with the ball, looking up. Hoosac trapping, skips it over to Pyram. Post feed to Smith. She's going to drive, throw it up off the glass. It's not going to go. 3 seconds to go. Hoosac's pushing it up. That will not count. That will not count.
It's good solid defense right there. You know, at the end of that quarter, it's Aaron Dory. She doesn't want to pick up a foul. At the same time, she doesn't want to give up a basket that can really take the momentum the other way as you come into this first quarter.
So the Tigers struggling with the press, down 5, only able to put up 6 points, but it's 11-6 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with second quarter action right after these messages from LCTV.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Division III state semifinal game. It's just started the second quarter. Hoosac Valley up 11-6. And Mike, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Yeah, they definitely knew about that trap, and I would like to see the Tigers be a little more prepared for it. It definitely gave them problems and frustrated them. I think that's the key right now, Patrick. They got to be able to break that trap and get some looks at the good looks at the rim. Defensively, I thought they were fine.
I would agree with that. Yep. Good closeouts. 1 3, I think we saw made, but they're closing out on the threes, not getting very good looks, and they're really cleaning up the glass like that there. So that's good. I think if you're Coach Hastings, you know, in that last between periods, you're talking about we're 1 pass away from breaking their press. 1 good pass, right?
There it goes.
That's a good look.
Pyram's going to pull, miss. Long rebound over Sturts' head, but much better action that time. They got a good look. I'd actually like to see Mimi even really attack the paint there after breaking it down instead of pulling up and see if she can get a dump down or something. But definitely much quicker ball movement, and they finally got a good break there and got a good look. The Tigers now have Emily Barbella and Mimi Pyram in the backcourt with Dory, Portante, and Smith in the front court. So Frederick again with another good basket there, a little floater. That's her 3rd basket of the game. Good ball reversal there. Needed someone in the middle right there. There you go. Look the opposite way to Barbella. Going to call foul there on Frederick. So that time they did a good job of reversing the ball, getting the feed to the middle.
Yeah, looking much better even when that foul was called. Like you saw where the ball ended up down low and they had that 2-on-1 advantage there. I think what you're saying earlier is right. You want to see her take that 1 dribble, whoever that is, take 1 dribble, finish up at the rim at that point.
Good post feed, running hook shot by Smith doesn't go, but good action. Oh, but Hoosac out quickly. Good sprint by Portante. Oh, good job by Mimi Pyram. Oh.
Nice job recovering that ball.
Here comes Dory looking to push, attacking. Throws a runner up, she's trying to get a feed to Portante and couldn't quite get the handle. Now the pace is picked up. Hoosac pushing back. Pull through. Oh, nice pull through there. Number 11, foul in field. That's what happens when you have to when you have to close out so hard at the 3-point arc. You can attack that closeout. Barbella grabbing the loose ball there.
There's that corner you talked about, Mike, right?
Yeah.
Stay out of that corner.
Boy, there is a lot of bumping going on out there. I mean, I know that, Hoosac is aggressive, but when you're not going to get penalized for knocking people down, it really gives you a chance to play that style. So that held ball will go over to the Tigers, but 13 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounded to Gouldrup coming back off the bench. She gets ball up and gets trapped. Yeah, it was close to a double dribble. But they're saying the ball got knocked loose on the trap. But 7 seconds, and the Tigers haven't gotten the ball below the foul line on this possession. I don't think Portante realized, they're going to turn it over. We talked about this during the Sutton game about how important it is for when players catch the ball, they got to face that basket and be willing to attack. And Coach Hastings is going to take a timeout here. The Tigers down 9, so they were down 5 at the quarter. And Hoosac with 2 quick baskets, Patrick, and the Tigers again frustrated by the pressure.
Yeah, I think that they came out in the first minute or so, and they were doing exactly what Coach Hastings said, and then they just got away from it a little bit. Good timeout here to not let it get too far out of hand. Again, they're only down 9 points here. Climb right back in. I would like to see, as you said, every time somebody's catching the ball, everybody should be facing the basket. Everybody should be looking to go. The more that they just pass the ball back and forth, the more that they're going to have trouble against this press, especially considering what you said about the refs kind of letting them play a little more physically here. And Hoosac Valley is doing an excellent job of playing to what the refs are going to give them. So it's going to be even tougher to play up above that three-point line. That ball's got to get down to that three-point below the foul line, and it's got to get inside right away. You got to get up. And Sarah Smith, she's getting some good looks here. So
right, it'd be good if I think they'd all feel a little bit better if they could get over the hump here and get that next basket, because they have been stuck at 6 points for quite a while now, and they have had a couple of decent shot opportunities that haven't gone down. And I think between the missed shots and the plethora of turnovers, they're really starting to feel some frustration. So Coach Hastings taking the timeout, trying to get the girls to come together. And Hoosac will inbound here after the turnover. Let's see if the Tigers can get a stop. Really, the thing that's making it super hard is even when they've played well defensively, but even on the misses, they see that pressure coming at them. And it's really getting the best of them right now. Tigers in a man-to-man defense here. And that's a second foul on Mimi Pyram. The Hoosac, I like that offense. I like how when they force the other team to respect that three-point line so much, they're doing a good job of back screening and letting the cutters take back screens and throw the ball over the top like that. They've got a couple of good looks. So this is like their 4th trip to the line so far.
Caitlin Jackson getting ready to check in.
Yeah, she will. Caitlin Wilson will replace Mimi Pyram, who just picked up her 2nd foul. So Hoosac misses both, so the lead will stay at 9 for Hoosac. And Caitlin Wilson trying to release pressure there. You got to see that's the one where she's got to face. She's got to turn and face up the basket. Her shoulders were facing the sideline the entire time. She's got to, all the players have to square themselves and be willing to attack that defender. Smith trying to gamble there, misses. Good rebound there by Wilson and a foul. There you go. That will help. Maybe.
With Mimi having 2 fouls on her right now, Caitlin could probably set in here, and sometimes when you're coming off the bench, you're thinking I got to do something right away, or I only have a little limited amount of time to get something done here. But if I'm Caitlin, I'm thinking I got the next 5 minutes to get something done to make a positive impact here. So hopefully she'll settle in. They're going to need somebody to settle in here quickly.
There you go. Good skip pass to Wilson. Oh, good feed down to Portante. Swings into the middle, can't convert. Smith cleans it up. Offensive rebound, lays it in, gets fouled. But you can see that time Gouldrup with a good skip pass over to Wilson. Wilson caught it and attacked. Immediately attacked. Got the dump down pass to Liz Portante, who missed a shot, but an easy cleanup there for Sarah Smith. So that cuts the lead to 15-8. Throws the free throw down. It is 15-9. Cuts the lead to 6 here. So good 3-point play for the Tigers. Hopefully that'll give a little boost of confidence.
As long as they stay solid on the defensive end.
And you said that right there they make a mistake and can't match up. That was deep. That was 3 steps behind the college 3-point arc, almost at the NBA arc. So again, the Tigers very close there to breaking that pressure. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Hoosac. 18-9. Tigers trail by 9. Dory's going to face an attack. Goes ball up. Ball's in the corner. Tough spot. Gouldrup, there we go. Blocking foul as Gouldrup tries to bring it out of there.
That's a good effort to get that ball out of that corner, Mike. But again, you don't want the ball down in that corner.
You really need, when that ball goes in there, that whoever is playing in the middle, primarily Sarah Smith, really has to be willing to come out as high as she has to come out to allow for a ball reversal. Yeah, Wilson's in there. Oh, good dump, good job there. Good cut by Liz Bortante, good feed by Wilson. And now you can see Hoosac starting to push and foul because the Tigers are giving more action, being more aggressive, and then that forces that trapping defense to scramble and give fouls. We're going to go back to Dory for a corner three, and it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Good basket there by the Tigers, cuts the lead to 6.
Dory inbounded that ball and went right to that corner. You could hear her up here calling for the ball. Good job by Smith to get it over there quickly.
Offensive rebound, bounces out, throws it out to the perimeter. Number 23, Allison Mendel, knocks down a three-pointer, so the lead back up to 9. The Tigers playing with more confidence. Smith's going to let one fly off the back of the rim. Dory trying to hustle for the offensive rebound, and they're going to call a foul on that. That's a tough call. I mean, she contested for the rebound, but Hoosac had it and was not in any danger of turning it over. That's an easy no call. Instead, it'll be Erin Dory's second foul. So Hoosac is able to answer back. The Tigers playing with more confidence, but each time they've scored, Hoosac's been able to knock down a 3, so the lead stays at 9 right now.
And Littleton just needs to settle back into that defense. If they're playing that first quarter, they'll be fine.
That's a chuck.
You can hear Rick Hastings down on the sideline yelling, "Jump it, jump it." He's trying to get them out to the corner threes, especially 25, who's made at least a couple of them here.
Yeah, there you go. Smith showing herself in the backcourt, which she hasn't done prior to that. With the clock winding.
Liz Portanti is wide open underneath the basket.
Oh, good. There's a good job by the Tigers. Smith's going to pull up. She had the backside. She got to look to throw that. Wilson's going to give the foul there. So the Tigers did a much better job of getting the ball in the middle of the floor. It took them a while, but when they finally did it, they were able to break down the defense. They actually had that backside action. Hoosac had 5 players all on this side of the basket line, and it was 2 Tigers open on the backside. They just got to see that action, be willing to skip that ball one more time, and they'll get a layup. Tigers fortunate, Patrick. Hoosac's got the line 5 times, but they're shooting below 50% from the line right now.
Another couple of subs for Hoosac Valley here, Mike, and I notice they're going pretty deep in their bench. I think they're down through 9 already.
If you play that style, you have to be willing to play 9 or 10 players. It allows you to play 9 or 10 players. That's some coaches, that's why they do it. It just makes it easier to sub. Oh, tough one there. That's a trap area. Good job there. Oh, good feed,
nice
good
pass.
run. Oh, Smith can't convert. And that ball will be off of Smith over to Hoosac. She doesn't think so. She thinks it's still coming back to the Tigers. But good action there. They just got to stay with it. They had a great layup there, so they've definitely done a better job here in the second quarter of breaking the action. Unfortunately for them, Hoosac's made some baskets. So even though they're playing, Littleton's playing better, they are still trailed by 10.
Nice finish.
Yeah,
nice
Dory
finish.
with a jumps the passing lane there and gets up the floor, and she's going to go to the line for 2.
Hurricanes foul on 22, Maddie Ryan. That's her first, team 6.
So trailing by 10 here, Patrick. The Tigers with 2:41 left to go in the half. Thinking if they can get a little run here and cut this lead to single digits, get it around 5, then go to the locker room, say to themselves, geez, with all those turnovers and we're only down 5, if we just make a couple of simple adjustments and get ourselves right back in the ball game.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. You want to be in that locker room saying, everybody, we're not playing our best game, and we're only, we're less than 10 points down.
So Dory makes 1 and 2 to cut the lead to 9. Oh, travel there. Good pressure there by Hannah Gouldrup on the top of that zone. The Tigers will take over here with a sideline inbound.
Immediate pressure here.
Oh, good move there by Smith. Oh, good dump down. Dory's going to pull up. Knocks it out, a 2-pointer. So good job there. And Dory inbounded the ball to Smith and made a hard cut. And got the ball back for a good shot.
Straight up.
Corner three by Hoosac goes. You can see how on that baseline drive, the kick out, the closeout was late. Pushes the lead back to 10. So every time the Tigers get on a little run, Hoosac answers. Yeah, that's a trap area. You can't go ball up there. You really can't. You can't reverse the ball at that point because the reversal would be in the backcourt. You either got to get deeper into the side, up the sideline, or cross the ball and bring it to your left hand and attack the middle of the floor. But going ball up, you're just inviting the trap.
I agree, Mike. I would like to see that pass happen on just the other side of the half-court line so you have some room to maneuver and you don't get pinched in there. One of the exhausting things about playing a team like Hoosac Valley is you work so hard on offense, finally get a good look at the basket, you make a basket, come down, they hit one of their threes, and you feel like you're kind of losing ground to them. Yeah,
there's another corner three, and that goes. That's 2 in a row by number 10, Alexander Mercier. That pushes the lead up to 13. There goes Gould. Good job facing this time. She's going to get fouled. That should be the bonus for the Tigers. But you can see there, if you face an attack and force them to reach, then you've got a chance to break them down. So good job there by Hannah. But Hoosac doing a good job. Mercier with 2 corner threes in a row. The lead out to 13 here with 1:33 left to go in the half. Gouldrup hits the front end. Gouldrup, good job there hitting both ends of the one-on-one. Cuts the lead back to 11. Tigers going back to man-to-man. Oh, good block there by Smith. Dory comes up with the ball. Looking to push before Hoosac can set that trap. Good spin move. Throws it over to Gouldrup. Back to Gouldrup from Wilson. She's driving hard. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul.
That's just not a good call.
No, I don't think so. I didn't see her shoulder down. I mean, she was definitely trying to muscle her way down there, but I didn't see her lower the shoulder.
Yeah, the defender was feet were moving, and not only that, but as Hannah went to go, the defender slid underneath her. I'm not quite sure why they were calling that.
7 of the first half.
So travel there, good defense by the Tigers. So with 1:02 to go, down 11, Tigers looking to see if they can continue. They've been playing better in the last half of the second quarter in terms of being able to attack Hoosac's pressure. Got to go on that. Good tip there by Hoosac. Force another turnover. That's going to be short off the front of the rim. Long rebound goes back to Hoosac. Roll the ball all the way to the other side of the floor, attacking. It's going to be a corner jumper. Oh, another good block. Oh, they're going to call a foul after the block with the body. The block itself was clean.
Oh, they're getting 2 shots here.
Yeah. Sarah Smith was closing hard, and she got a clean block up top, but her momentum took her into the shooter and knocked her down. So with 36 seconds to go, the Tigers down by 11, and Hoosac back at the line. So as much as they like to shoot the 3-pointers, they have done a good job at drawing contact and getting themselves to the line, but clearly not as adept at shooting from the line as they are from the 3-point arc, because they are under 50% here in the first half shooting from the line. They'll make 1 of 2 to push the lead to 12 with 36 seconds to go.
There you go.
Yeah, Sarah Smith doing a good job of covering ground. She's going to pull up and flip up a wing jumper, knock that down. So under 30 seconds to go in the half, so conceivably the last possession here. Hoosac does not have to get a shot up. The way they play, it wouldn't shock me if they take the first open one they get. There it goes. It's going to rim out, get knocked out of bounds off of Hoosac. So with 9.4 seconds, a 10-point deficit, the Tigers will get a chance here to get one last offensive possession.
Yeah, I'd love to see Dory just take this ball and go here. Try to get some action going.
Four, good skip. Going to catch. Portante's going to let it go. Doesn't go, but good action there. pushing the ball at the floor. So at the end of the first half in this state semifinal game, the Tigers, the District 3 Central Mass champions, playing the Western Mass champions, Hoosac Valley, and the Tigers trail 29-19, 10-point deficit coming back in the second half after these messages from LCTV.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the second half of the Division III state semifinal game. Littleton down 10 points at the half. And Mike, two things stick out to me from the first half. One, you can see why Hoosac Valley has been here 4 years in a row, and this is their 5th year. And the other one was Littleton has 19 points, and 17 of them come from Sarah Smith and Erin Dory.
Yeah, good point, Patrick. Hoosac very comfortable playing their style of game, and they've made Littleton very uncomfortable, as evidenced by the fact that the two best players are the only ones who've gotten on the board. The other players are going to have to start dealing with this pressure and being more aggressive. Doesn't necessarily mean getting shots up, but they have to be willing to attack and not defer. If they can do that, they can get right back in this ball game. But it's going to take something like that fairly early on to get going.
I imagine at halftime, Rick Hastings told their team, you know, hey, we're not playing great again. They've got pressure. We haven't seen it. We've broken it a few times. The good news is you're only down 10 points. You got a whole nother half to play. Chip, chip, chip away, and you'll be fine.
Right. Tough one there. They had a chance to get a good feed in. The pass just a little soft. It got knocked out of bounds. Mimi Pyron with a little rip through, pulls up. Oh, good job there by Liz Portante, but there you go. Mimi Pyron with a quick shot, a good look, and an aggressive move, and then Portante active on the glass, and that helps the Tigers score. Field coming back with a quick basket. So the lead goes back to 10. Pressure again by Hoosac.
You know, Hoosac just invites that pass over the top.
Oh, Erin Dory's going to pull up. She's going to pick up that on her for third foul there, hustling. Yeah, a little frustration there. I would really like to see them attack that paint. There was nobody between her and the bucket. You know, force that defender to guard her and see if we get the dump down for the layup. I mean, she's obviously a great shooter, and it would have been a big lift if she could have knocked it out, but she missed. 10-point lead, and the third foul on Dory. She's going to have to be careful here. I don't think Coach Hastings will take her out at this point. Backdoor feed, back-to-back baskets by Fallon Field. She did a good job in the first half. She hit a couple corner threes. There they go, Pyron with an aggressive move, bringing it up. And they're going to call a foul on Field for banging into Dory there.
Hoosac Valley foul on number 11.
So, Mike, just watching Hoosac Valley in this first half and watching their press, as I was going to say earlier, they're inviting that pass over the top. They like that. They like when you have the ball above your head and you're throwing that lob pass, because even when you make it, they're quick enough to close out before you can get any action off of it.
Yeah, definitely. And fortunate there, an unforced turnover results in a easy layup. There we go, a pass and a cut by Dory. Ball goes up the floor. She's going to keep attacking. They're going to call a blocking foul on number 35, Kaylin Frederick, who had a good first half, hit some buckets in the middle. Good gamble there, though, by Frederick. If he can pick up that fourth foul on Dory, that would have been huge. A good job by the refs there not to get baited into the call. So that'll reset the shot clock. The Tigers down 14 here. Not the start they were hoping for after being down 10 at the half. They're definitely playing more aggressively offensively, which is a good sign, but they've given up a couple of layups. Now they'll go off Sarah Smith's hands. Mimi Pyron trying to force that in there. There was a lot of traffic in the paint. I would like to see her skip the ball. Had Gouldrup on the right wing lined up. If they want to suck into the paint and take away that entry pass, then just let them have that and move the ball ahead. Another backdoor cut. That's 3 baskets in a row for Fallon Field, all layups.
I got to tell you, Mike, at any level, that is a tough pass to make, and they've pulled that off 3 or 4 times this game.
Yeah, again, that nice backside action off of when you're extending your defense out to the arc like that. Dory's going to put it down, kicks it to Pyron. They're going to call, lucky again, another block there on Frederick. easily could have been Dory's 4th foul.
Yeah, I definitely thought the defender had her feet set on that one. So
that'll be Frederick's 3rd foul. Yeah. So the deficit up to 16 points here. The Tigers got to settle down on the defensive end. Tiger almost turning it over, but picking up the loose ball. Dory's going to pull a corner 3 off the back of the rim.
Good follow.
Oh, can't can it. Oh, now Hoosac's out on the miss. Tigers retreating a good defense, throwing it to the corner. Trying to go for the reverse layup, and that's going to be a foul on Smith.
Hoosac Valley doing a good job of attacking that closeout.
First, second, team second.
That's 2 fouls on Sarah Smith, so no real problem in that regard, other than it does put Hoosac back at the line. The Tigers are already trailing by 16. After struggling in the first half of the free throw line, they make their first 2 here in the second half to put the lead out. Their largest lead of the game, the biggest deficit for the Tigers, 18 points.
Good push to the corner.
Oh, no, it's got to be a bounce pass. Hoosac pushing the lead out to 20. Coach Hayes is going to take his 3rd time out of the game here. Feeling like it's getting a little out of hand, Patrick. He's got to find a way to settle his team down and get him to play with more confidence.
I think, yeah, at this point, you know, you're down 20 points, and the upside of that is you can play with some abandon. You can play a lot less tight than they've been playing. So the real question as you're a coach is who's going to step up.
Right, because it won't be, you know, right now they can't just rely on, you know, trying to get those post feeds to Sarah. They're all going to have to play with a little more abandon and a little more willingness to make themselves uncomfortable. If that means attacking the basket when you would rather just, you know, push the ball ahead, then you're going to have to attack the basket. It means getting on the offensive glass, you know, those types of things, and then crawl your way back into the game. They're down 20 with 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, so there's 13 minutes to go. But I think a reasonable goal here would be to try to get it down to around 12 points before the end of the quarter. You know, if you play it as, you know, sort of, you've got 13 minutes, roughly 3-4 minute quarters. If you try to get the lead, you know, 5 points off the lead each of those 4 minutes, you get yourself back in the game down the stretch.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think, too, the other part of this is, you know, you and I have both been around long enough to see 20-point leads evaporate. You know, it can go both ways. But it never, ever happens unless you commit to defense.
Exactly.
We can't be trading baskets here, so this is where they're really going to have to dig in defensively, chip away at the lead offensively, but it has to come, if it's going to work, it's got to come from the defensive end.
Yeah, defensive rebounding and, you know, really sprinting back on defense, because that's really right now, that's what they're struggling with. When they've turned it over, they're not sprinting back, and they're giving Hoosac easy baskets. Another turnover. You know, Pyram doing a better job of being aggressive and attacking off the bounce, and she's broken Hoosac down a couple times, but that one just sailed. I'd like to see him using more bounce passes, which have a lower margin of error.
Yeah, or even attack the basket there, put it up, and get that defender off Portante and let her clean up the glass.
Oh, wow. Just a phenomenal second half by Fallon Field. Just baits Sarah Smith, takes her to the inside, and then bounces out to the corner and pulls up and knocks out the 3. And Gouldrop's going to turn the ball back over. So lead out to 23, and Fallon Field coming out of the locker room on fire for Hoosac. She's got 9 points here in the second half. Oh, good job there by Hoosac fronting the post there, and a great, great outlet pass. Great defense in the post. Backcourt violation. Yes, that's why you got to turn and face right there. You know, there's really no defense being played. You weren't under any significant pressure. Just turn and face, and you know, see what you've got before you make your decision. So Tigers subbing here. You've got Megan Bell and Emily Barbella in the game, along with Caitlin Wilson, Sarah Smith, and Hannah Gouldrop. So they're going to give Erin Dory a break along with Mimi Pyram and Liz Portante. Field trying to cash in again is going to go to the line, and I think that's going to be on Sarah Smith. That'll be her third foul.
Littleton foul on 22, Sarah Smith.
Down the other end, Mike, on the offensive end, you know, the message has to be to these players, other than your big two, you're going to see the ball a lot, you're going to get a lot of touches, and you got to be ready to score at this point. Right.
Right now, I think they're just looking to, you know, push the ball into the middle of the floor to Sarah when they do break the press, which is fine if you get that look, but if it's not there, then you got to attack. So Field makes both free throws, pushes the lead out to 25, 46 to 21. Tigers in man-to-man defense. You can hear Coach Hastings asking for pressure here. Oh, close to a double dribble. Shot clock down around 10. Oh, good shovel pass there. Another layup for Hoosac.
Right now, Mike Littleton just doesn't have any answers on either end of the court. Be nice to close out this last 3 minutes with some positive action.
Yeah, they really got to think about it. There's a good feed there. Good seal back, good seal off by Sarah Smith. That'll make the lead 50 to 21. Excuse me, 23. Megan Bell trying to jump at passing lane, knocks the ball out of bounds.
That's a big part of what it's going to take to crawl back into this one, that kind of effort. Go for it, steal you can get, close out.
No, unbelievable. Fallon Field really having a quarter for the ages here. Double figures. Easy got like 12 or 13 points here just in this quarter.
I will go out on a limb here and say she can make that corner jumper.
Oh, and they're back out for on the break. Good feed to Smith. But the ball got stripped. Perimeter defense wasn't back in transition. And that'll go out of bounds off of Emily Barbella. The Tigers will sub back. Erin Dory coming in and Shannon Sturts coming for Emily Barbella. Then Sarah Smith. With 2:09 here left to go in the third quarter. And Hoosac coming out of the locker room on fire, both offensively and defensively, and really putting their thumb down on this game right now. Little down screen for another three, rolls off. Tigers will corral the rebound. Dory pushing it up the floor. Throw up a floater and hit it. Erin Dory back in off the bench, playing hard. Tigers putting a little pressure in the backcourt. Hoosac breaks it, brings the ball up the floor, puts the ball into the corner. Here comes Field with another basket. So Fallon's Field right now really shredding the Tiger defense. Call a blocking foul. That might be the only way to slow Field down right now is to get her in foul trouble and get her off the floor.
Foul, number 11, Fallon Field. Her third personal foul.
That is her third personal foul, and she will come out here with a terrific quarter for the junior guard. Gouldup trying to draw some contact there. Dory asking for the ball, looking to attack, step back three. Hits the front of the rim. Good contest there for the rebound by Sturts, but Hoosac will come out with it. Good sprint there by Caitlin Wilson to take away the trailer. But a pull through for another layup. So Hoosac's playing very loose right now, Patrick. They're obviously playing with a tremendous amount of confidence.
Yeah, if you watch, Mike, when they're on the defensive end, the ball goes up. They're only sending 3 to the glass, and 2 are releasing right away. Right here they go again. Good step in by Dory.
It can't be a travel. It simply can't be a travel. The ball was not in her hands. You know? But nonetheless, another turnover. So we come down about 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. this time Hoosac retreating, not putting the pressure on the miss. Caitlin Wilson bringing the ball up. Gouldra pushes it ahead to Megan Bell. Game clock winding down. And the quarter will expire. So Hoosac Valley coming out of the locker room, led by Fallon Field with a terrific quarter. And they push the lead out to 59-25. The Tigers trailing here in the state semifinal game. And we'll be back with the final quarter after these messages on LCTV.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Fourth quarter action here in the Division III state semifinal game, and a 10-point lead at halftime got stretched out here a little bit, 59-25 starting the fourth quarter. And Mike, you and I have been so wrapped up in the game and the game action, but it's probably a good time to start talking about this team. We always talk about, even on the boys' side, about winning with teams you should win with, not losing with teams that you do well with, and overachieving with teams that maybe you shouldn't win with. And what are your thoughts on where this team is finishing up this year?
The thing to keep in mind is that the goal is to win the district championship. That's the cake. Anything that comes after that is frosting. So just the fact that they're in this game, they've proven everything that they wanted to prove to themselves about what kind of team they were. They knew that a league title and a district championship were within their grasp, and they went out and they got both of those. So no matter, obviously this looks like it's not going to end exactly the way they wanted, and frustrating in the sense that it's not going to probably go down to the last couple possessions. So, that's a little bit unfortunate, but on the other hand, it simply cannot take away from the rest of the season. And we'll talk more about that as we go. But, winning that district championship, big banner is going to go up on the wall in the gym, attesting to the success of the season. And so, they're just going to finish out and play hard and play reflective of the way they've played all season. You can see that by Erin Dory drawing contact and going to the line on the opening possession here in the fourth quarter.
A lot of good stuff coming back next year too, right? A lot of good players, a lot to build on for next year. They've been here. They're playing a team that's making their fifth trip here. 4 years ago, this Hoosac Valley team was actually in the Division II semifinals and state finals. So, you're playing some high-quality talent here, and it's just one more thing to build on.
Right. You see Erin Dory giving a foul there in the corner. She's looking to press, so the senior is just refusing to let the scoreboard dictate anything in terms of how she's going to approach the game. She's had a terrific career in Littleton. The heart and soul of this team this year for sure, but really a 4-year starter on the varsity. And probably if the rules would have allowed it, she probably could have been a 5-year starter. That's how good she was coming out of the middle school. So she's going to continue to lead out there and let Hoosac Valley know that, well, you might win the game, but we're going to let you know that you're in the ball game.
A big goal here for this team to go on a positive note would be if they can win this last quarter as well. So I agree with you. I don't think they're going to back down an inch here.
Big block there by Mimi Pyram, so she's getting after it. Hoosac's going to throw it off the rim, and Portante gets the rebound, tries to throw the outlet to Dory, gets stolen back by Hoosac. Another deep three comes off the rim. Portante can't grab the rebound. They're going to pull it yet again off the rim. Yeah, it's just those long rebounds. I didn't see the travel there. I really didn't see Emily Barbella trying to get away from the defense. He was just laying there with the ball trying to pass. But that's hard when they shoot that many threes. You get those a lot of long rebounds. You need those guards to really go rebound from the top, and not just have the forwards from under the basket going for the ball.
This late in the game, the score being at what it is, as a Littleton defender, you're looking to jump lanes here. You're looking to have some fun. Get in the books.
Again, you can see where the guards need to grab those rebounds just below the foul line. That ball just sailing over the heads of the forwards. And finally, the ball goes out of bounds off Hoosac after about 6 shots and 5 offensive rebounds. So the Tigers will take over here. You got Emily Barbella and Mimi Pyram in the backcourt. Erin Dory pulling up for a 3. Good hustle there on the and banged it by and ripping through and throwing the left-hand runner up off the glass, and a lot of contact. The senior still playing hard. That's her 4th point of the quarter here, and Hoosac throws the ball away. So Erin Dory missing the 3, but grabbing her own offensive rebound, getting fouled by Liz Portante, and then pulling through and getting fouled by she got fouled by white shirts and red shirts on that possession. Here she comes again, lets another one fly. Cortante's going to grab the offensive rebound, can't quite corral it. Hoosac comes out of the pack with it, looking to push. Tigers back on defense.
Mike, you know, you and I, we've both been involved in games like this where it doesn't go quite the way you want for the first 3 quarters, but there's nothing better than going in that last quarter, coming out, trying to win that last quarter, sending a message. You go home, and yeah, the game didn't work out maybe the way you want, but if you walk off the court firing on all cylinders, it's still a pretty good feeling.
It's a tribute to the coaching staff and letting the girls know that, you know, we're in this together, win or lose, and when it's not going your way, that's when you're really going to take your measure of yourself as a player and a team. I mean, it's easy to play hard and get after it when it's going your way, and it's much more difficult to do that when you're struggling. But right now you can see Erin Dory setting the tone for her teammates and letting them know that that's how we're going to go home. Yeah. Just killing herself out there right now, making yet another play.
Shannon Sturts at the table getting ready to check in. Erin Dory's a little bit tired from this effort.
Yeah, at this point, you've got Erin Dory and Lindsay Scarangella were the 2 seniors who played the most minutes, but you also have Megan Bell and Shannon Sturts, who were seniors on this team. And hopefully Coach Hastings is going to take the opportunity to get these seniors a few more minutes here, playing on the big floor here down in Worcester in a state semifinal game. Terrific environment, terrific opportunity to have a little bit of a memory going off the floor for the last time as high school ball players. Unfortunately for Lindsay Scarangella, she twisted her ankle in the district semifinal game. It doesn't look like she's really ready to go. Good feed there by Pyram into Smith. Smith's going to draw the foul.
Good quarter for Littleton so far, Mike. They're +6, I believe. And Sarah Smith at the line.
That's her first personal, team 6. Sarah Smith at the line for the Tigers, 2 shots.
Yeah, it's really going to come down. I mean, obviously the Tigers struggled in the first half, but based on the scoreboard, they were only down 10 at the half, so they were hanging in there. But unfortunately, it was just a terrific third quarter for Hoosac. Really put the game out of reach. But like you hit the nail on the head, Patrick. You know, now it's like you play for other reasons. There's a lot of reasons to play ball. One of them is to win championships, but the other reason is just to go play with your friends and teammates. You know, players you've known literally since 3rd or 4th grade. You know, playing at Russell Street in the Drills and Skrills program, and then going through rec ball and travel ball, making the middle school team, and then sometimes some kids make it to the varsity before the others, but ultimately you all come back together as seniors. And you can see Megan Bell checked in just now, so she'll come into the game as the timeout expires. So you'll have Erin Dory, Megan Bell, and Shannon Sturts, the three of the 4 seniors out there. Feel bad for Lindsay Scarangella. Just not going to get a chance, looks like, anyway, to get in the game unless they sub her in to get her out at some point, which we've seen before.
You know, the other great thing for the girls that are coming back next year, Mike, is they can turn around and they can say, you know, I was standing out in the state semifinal game. I was standing out at midcourt at the DCU Center, right?
Right,
and build on that for next year. And not many people get to say that.
No, not at all. And really, and again, you've seen this in Littleton because they've had sustained success in many sports: football, field hockey, basketball team, the track team. What happens is the younger players, when you get a chance to get this far, they understand the commitment that's required and the price you have to be willing to pay to get here. So getting here the first time is really the hardest thing, and then the players understand what it takes, and getting back a second time isn't anywhere near as difficult. So hopefully they'll be able to feed off of this experience and use it to build on for next year. Good rebound there by Smith on the missed corner 3 by Hoosac. Under 4 minutes to go.
Nice dish.
Sturts going to get a shot up. Dory trying for the rebound. Ball gets out by Hoosac. Mimi Pyram back on defense. They're going to call a blocking foul. And a 2-shot foul there on Pyram.
I like that defense here at the end of the game, Mike. There's pretty much no way that ball is going to get up near the rim.
Exactly. You don't get to take any fouls you save. You don't get to take them with you and put on like in your wallet or something. So there's nothing wrong with giving a hard foul, no matter what the circumstance is, and that's exactly what Mimi did. And Hoosac misses the first, makes the second.
Hey, Mike, so I noticed that it looks like Hoosac still got pretty much their starting 5 out there. I still see the field out there and some of the other players. What do you think the motivation is for the coach to do that? And, I'm not saying he's running up the score here.
Right.
Nobody really cares at this point. You make it this far, no coach gets offended by what the other coach is doing. Just your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call. I mean, obviously, you know, they're going to win this game. There's no question about it. You'd hate to see someone twist their ankle here and not be ready for Saturday because you were overcautious. The other thing is that, you know, it's a chance, again, we talked about it from the Littleton side. You want to give the younger players a chance to play on this floor in this game. Oh, good skip pass to Megan Bell. Oh, doesn't get the shooter's bounce. But you want to give the other players a chance to understand that this is why we work, and here come some subs now. This is why we work. This is why we get after it. This is the goal, is to get out on this particular floor. So now it looks like the coach finally a little more copacetic about his chances here and is going to go ahead and sub. Mimi Pyram's going to pull a 3 and miss. Shannon Sturts trying to hustle for the loose ball.
Nice hustle.
Yeah, good hustle by the senior there. Ball will roll out of bounds to Hoosac. So the Tigers with 3 of their 4 seniors out there: Megan Bell, Shannon Sturts, Erin Dory, along with Sarah Smith and Mimi Pyram.
I'm pretty sure that Rick Hastings would do like nothing better than to get Scarangella into the game, but I see Mike Lynn, the athletic director, keeping a close eye on that.
So the Tigers will sub back here with Caitlin Wilson coming in for Mimi Pyram and Hannah Gouldrow coming in for Sarah Smith, with 2:23 left to go in the ball game. Dory's going to keep pulling. Can't click that one to catch any rim. See, now I can empathize a little bit with some of the kids coming in off the bench, because that's the kid I was. It took a long time to get me in the game, and when you do, after waiting that long, you don't wait to shoot. You get that ball, you let it go.
That brings up a good point, Mike. It's amazing your kids have done as well as they have, given the gene pool.
I married well.
Yes. Terry's got that athleticism. Skips a generation.
And laying on the inbounds play for Hoosac. Sturts is going to pull one deep. Oh! So Sturts trying to get it going here. And I believe that will be Erin Dory's 5th foul. So the seniors had a great 4th quarter here. Really played hard, really showed what she was like as a leader, and will not end exactly the way she wanted, although we did talk about it a few minutes ago. She really, looking back, she's going to realize what a terrific season the team had and a terrific season she had, the heart and soul of the team. And when you look up at the banner and you think about that district championship, you're going to put it squarely on Erin Dory as the leader of this team, both in terms of the statistics that she produces, but the tone that she sets for her teammates and the way she goes about playing the game. And a terrific career, 4-year varsity starter, easily one of the best players that Rick Hastings has ever coached, and he'll be the first one to tell you that. And even though it didn't go exactly the way they wanted today, they got to be happy with the way the season went. And a real tribute to Erin as a leader on this team.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier, they haven't been here since 2001, and if you're not a team like Hoosac, who goes very, very deep all over the place, and it really takes a special player to help you get there, to lead your way there, and Erin Dory's certainly that player.
They were knocking on the door all 4 years that she played. She was on excellent teams, winning records. They made the playoffs all 4 years. They just couldn't quite punch their ticket and make it to that Final Four of the districts or the district championship. And it had to be a little frustrating. And she knew this was her last chance to go after the brass ring. And boy, she really took care of business this year and got exactly what she'd been trying for 4 years, and led her teammates to a terrific season and a great championship.
And if nothing else, they'll be talking about that shot at Millbury for a long
time. Oh, yeah, terrific.
Right?
And there goes Shannon Sturts, a senior, banging in a foul line jumper, so she's going to get on the board in her last game as a senior. Oh, yeah, they'll be talking about that shot for a long, long time, and especially now with the internet, that video will live up there for quite a while. It has thousands and thousands of views already. So, just a terrific play by the senior that a little bit improbable, but got them to the next game where they showed exactly what kind of basketball team they were with a very solid, almost wire-to-wire victory against a good Sutton basketball team.
Nice turnaround.
Oh, Hannah Goldrup, yeah, nice turnaround, hook shot there, high off the glass. So the Tigers playing a great fourth quarter here. Definitely did not fold in any way. They kept getting after it. And, you know, they're not going to win or under 20 seconds to go here. Oh, Hannah Goulder's going to make another play here.
There you go.
Oh, good defense there. But a terrific season for the Tigers, a district championship. They got a chance to play at Clark University for 2 games and then a game here at the DCU Center in Worcester. So whenever you can say that, it doesn't matter what the outcome is, that is a terrific year. And the Tigers should be very proud of themselves as they walk off the floor here at the end of this state semifinal game.
No hanging heads in this group.
Tigers 37.
No, they should be very positive with each other. It was a great game by Hoosac. They're a very good basketball team. Patrick, you talked about their sustained level of success over the years. So the Tigers just weren't able to match that today. But you cannot allow it to detract from the season that they had. And hopefully they'll shake this one off in a matter of moments and really start celebrating everything that they achieved, because they really have a lot to be proud of. And I'm sure Coach Hastings in the locker room will be immediately turning the conversation in that direction and making sure that it'll be a great bus ride home in celebration of a terrific season.
Yeah, Rick's out there right now clapping his hands as he leaves the court. It's great to see. I'm sure that he'd be the first one to tell you that he got way more out of coaching these kids than he gave to them. I bet it's a trip that very few people get to take ever in their lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. So, unfortunately, it didn't go out the way they wanted to today, but we'd like to thank everyone for joining us on LCTV and allowing us to help you celebrate a terrific season by the Littleton High School girls varsity basketball team, the Central Mass 2016 District Champions in Division III. And this will wrap up the season for us, Patrick, on LCTV. I'd like to thank Mark Rory and Ryan Vallon, Road Warriors, trucking down to Worcester 3 times this week. And it was a terrific opportunity to give the community something to root for. We appreciate Mark Rory's efforts on behalf of LCTV and had a lot of fun doing it. And we will be back next year with more Littleton sports on LCTV. Thank you, everyone.